I was born in a small town.
I was born in a small town.
Well, about 100 miles northeast of here, in the piney woods on the Red River, Oklahoma border, is a town called Parrish. Now, Parrish has a lot of charm. It has about 25,000 people. It is in Lamar County. Lamar County was named after Marabou Lamar. Marabou Lamar is considered the father of Texas modern education. And there's a strip center in Paris called Marabou. There are 3 high schools in Paris. There's Paris Chisholm, named after famous cattle baron, or not baron, but famous cattle owner John Chisholm. There's Boo Hiss Paris High School. That was my rival. And then I went to Paris North Lamar. So you could imagine it was the country boys in the northern part of Lamar County. Paris had 3 fires. The last was in 1916 that destroyed half the town. The blaze could be seen for 40 miles. The good news about the fire, a lot of people chipped in to rebuild the town. And a guy named Mr. Culbertson donated this beautiful fountain that was ironically enough built in France. It's the centerpiece of the town of Paris, the square. Paris has been really well kept as far as being clean, redoing the facade of the buildings. In the square, they always have activities. They have Bastille Days to play upon being named Paris. There are several events they have for Christmas, Thanksgiving, all kinds of parties. Now, Paris has a few famous people. I looked it up. I'm not on the list yet. I think I might be infamous. But there is, as I said, John Chisholm. Has anybody heard of Raymond Berry? In the Hall of Fame. He was a wide receiver for the New England Patriots, Hall of Famer for the Baltimore Colts. He coached, there were 2 coaches in the NFL at the same time from Parrish, Texas. And the other was Gene Stallings. He coached the Arizona Cardinals. And then the Roll Alabama Crimson Tide. I think we've all heard of that. Then there was a very, very eccentric character named Gene Rader. Gene, they called him Gene the Jeweler. He rode around town in a Model A with a tuxedo, bow tie, green derby hat. He had a car that was shaped like a rocket. And I'm Gene Rader. He talked like this, and there was no exaggerating. He was in 14 different movies with Goldie Hawn, Diane Cannon. One of them was Sugarland Express. I don't know if you heard that, but he comes out of the gas station. Hey, where y'all going? And I have him. He made Paris, I said famous? He made Paris infamous. You have to hear of this accent. 1986, Paris gathers around the TV. Johnny Carson, Paris, Texas. Gene Rader is going to make Paris famous. Tell me if you think this made Paris famous.
Oh, the pleasure's on this end, Mr. Carson.
Anyway, it was no play. That was him. He made Paris infamous that night. He goes up to Johnny, and they're doing the interview. And he said, boy, Johnny, y'all just don't speak the same out here. And Johnny's looking at Ed going, really? He said, yeah, I was in the elevator, and there's this old boy. He was dressed in this attire. He was sweating and huffing and puffing. I looked at him and said, boy, you hard at it? And he looked at me. I think he thought I said, are you hard-headed? And everybody's looking, going, oh, my gosh. Well, the famous person that came on after Gene Rader was this beautiful actress from the 60s and 70s named Angie Dickinson. She was hot. She came out, first words out of her mouth were, hey, Johnny, you hard at it? And they had the biggest laugh. So Paris got put on the map, if you will, in 1986 with Gene Rader on Johnny Carson. Paris is the second largest Paris in the world. The other one is, there's one in Paris called Paris, Tennessee. They built this Eiffel Tower. Gene Rader had a flea market. He had a wooden Eiffel Tower, and he would conduct marriages at the top of that wooden tower until it got destroyed by a tornado that I was in 1982. Paris, Tennessee built an Eiffel Tower. Paris, Texas had to have one bigger, so we built it the same height, and we topped it with a red cowboy hat. So if you would like to experience a little bit of Americana, a small town that has a lot of charm, Go to Paris, get your picture taken of the Eiffel Tower. That way you can have it and tell everybody, I've been to Paris. Madam Toastmaster.